Let's get this party started. It is February 8th, 2022. If you're here live with us, I'm glad you're here. We've got the Olympics on the tube. We've got news to talk about, lots of things going on. I want to hear from you. Let me know in the chat what you're here for. I've got a pinned comment up there tonight that talks about the topics I want to get to, and then I've got a poll. The poll is simply this. Are you watching the Olympics? I am. And I want to know if you are. Tonight's topics are, and we'll see if we get to all of them, right? We're going to go for about an hour tonight, and we'll just see where the conversation leads. But tonight's main topics are Oscar nominations. I want to know two things. Three things, really. One, do you care at all about the Oscars? I've always loved movies, but I've never loved the Oscars. They're a little too political for me. For some reason, I'm interested again this year. And I've watched less movies than ever before. So number two, have you watched any of the movies? Major League Baseball lockout news, you guys, if you veteran of the channel, you know I'm a huge baseball nut. Major League Baseball is driving me crazy. Got stuff to talk about there. Trevor Bauer news. I'm a Dodgers fan. I have a very strong opinion on the Trevor Bauer stuff. Do you guys know even what I'm talking about? Do you care? Do you want to hear about it? The Olympics. Are you watching? Disney CEO. You guys know I'm a big Disney fan. The Disney CEO, is he in trouble? If you go on Facebook, if you go on Twitter, it seems that he might get fired tomorrow. Do you believe that? I'll tell you right off the bat, no, but we can talk about it if you want. If you're here live, let me know in the chat right now what's going on. Say hello to me. If you're here, hashtag team replay. If you're watching on the replay, hashtag team replay in the comments. Alyssa's here. Demaco's here. Everybody else is. A couple other people are here who aren't saying anything in the chat yet. That's okay. I'm glad you're here, even if you're not typing in the chat. Listen. My mom's in here. Sorry, I don't care about the Oscars anymore. Well, let's start with that. So let me know in the chat. Hey, Francisco. Oh, by the way, two members of the channel in here. Eileen and Francisco, both members of the channel. That's because I can see that because they're in green. They give a little love to my channel. I was thinking about maybe this weekend doing a live stream just for members of watching a little Olympic watch party. But are you guys into the Olympics at all? Is that something anybody would even care about? Let me know in the chat. I've been looking for ways to do stuff with the members. I do have some contest ideas, which include so are you into the Oscars? Because one of the things that we do here at my house every year is we have a fantasy draft where you pick which movie you think is going to win the best picture, which actor is going to be actor of the year, which actress can be actress of the year, and we do points. I might do stuff like that for my members just for fun. Does that bore you to death? Does that sound fun? Anyway, Francisco and Eileen both are in the chat. They're both members, and that's what made me think of that. Okay, so the best picture of the year in the chat. Let me know. Have you seen any movies this year? Movies are definitely coming back and coming back strong. Dare I say, can I even ask, is the pandemic over? I say yes. There's a lot of good news on that front. Are you going to the movies yet? I've been to the movies twice since we've reopened. Let me know if you have. Best picture, Belfast. Coda, Don't Look Up, Drive My Car, Dune, King Richard, Licorice Pizza, Nightmare Alley, The Power of the Dog, West Side Story. So I'm going to take each one of them. All right. Let me in the chat if you've seen any of them. And if so, did you like it or them? Belfast, I haven't seen, but I will. It looks good. Coda, I don't think I've even heard of. Don't Look Up. Might go down in history as the worst movie ever to be nominated for Best Picture. It's not good. It's not a good movie. And I was excited about it. It's rather stupid. Drive My Car. Baby, you can drive my car. Dune. Exceptional movie. Love that it's on there. Surprised me. King Richard. I didn't go see it. I'm a big Will Smith fan. Not a big fan of Richard Williams. Big fan of Venus. Big fan of Serena Williams, not a big fan of Richard Williams, who it was about. Surprised that they took on this movie, but I haven't seen it yet. I probably will. Licorice Pizza looks great. Haven't seen it yet. Nightmare Alley looks really good. Haven't seen it yet. The Power of the Dog. I've actually watched the first half hour of it. It's on Netflix. I haven't seen it yet, or I haven't finished it yet. I'll finish it before the weekend. And West Side Story. I'll watch it. Pretty interesting that this year and last year, and maybe even a little bit the year before, probably the least watched group of Best Picture nominees ever, right? 'Tis the season to stay home and not go to the movie theater. I'd like to see Belfast. Yeah, it looks good. It looks good. For me, Dune was great. I will let you know in a future show what my pick is while I watch more of these. Hey, I see you, Brian. Hey, I see you, Nathan. What's going on, my friend? Hope you guys are having a great night. Let me know which one you're most interested in or you think is the best. Of these so far, I've only seen two. Dune was great, and Don't Look Up was horrible. Have you seen Don't Look Up? Did anybody like this movie? I took Jennifer to see West Side Story. Was it good? Everybody was talking about, Brian, how it was going to be such a good movie and it was going to be the obvious favorite for movie of the year, but we'll see. Actress in a supporting role: Ariana DeBose, West Side Story; Judi Dench, Belfast. They just give her a nomination no matter what movie she's in. Kirsten Dunst, The Power of the Dog. Again, I've watched about a half hour of that. I haven't watched the whole thing yet. And Anjanu Ellis, King Richard. I don't have an opinion on any of those. Do you? Let me know. Actor in a supporting role, I do have some opinions. Syrian Hines, Belfast, no opinion. Troy Kotzer, Coda, no opinion. Jesse Plemons, Power of the Dog. Again, I've seen about a half hour of it. Do like him. Think he's great. Interesting. Kirsten Dunst and Jesse Plemons, both nominated, both in the same movie, and they make babies together. I don't think they're married, but they're in a relationship together. So that's interesting. J.K. Simmons being the Ricardos. I'm a fan of his, and he was great as Fred Mertz in Being the Ricardos, and he'll be who I'm rooting for. And then you've got Cody Smith-McPhee, Power of the Dog. Brian says West Side Story was pretty good. So the original wasn't my favorite thing to ever have to watch. They made us watch it in high school, but I'm interested in seeing this one. I'm glad to hear it's pretty good. International feature film, I don't care. I'm not going to read any of those. Documentary, never seen any of them. I don't care. Documentary feature, same thing. I don't care. Original song, King Richard. Encanto, Belfast, No Time to Die, Four Good Days. I'm going to be real. I've only heard Encanto. I'm a big Disney guy. Of course, I'll be rooting for Encanto. DeMacco says the only reason I watch the Oscars is to check out the women and what they're wearing. Okay, good for you. Animated feature film. I do remember, was it at the Oscars or was it the Grammys back in the day? I think the best one ever was Bjork when she was wearing the swan. That was pretty weird. It's been calling me on my phone. Too late to be calling me, people. Adapted screenplay. Do we care about it? Coda, Drive My Car, Dune, The Lost Daughter, Power of the Dog. As a fan of Dune, the movie, I hope Dune going to get it here. Obviously, it's one of the great, maybe the greatest science fiction book ever. And the adaptation to screenplay was so much better than the one in the 80s, right? So that would make a lot of sense to me, but we'll see. I hate to say this, but the Oscars need to leave politics at home. Amen, Brian. I don't hate to say it. They're losing viewership by the million, the piles of the millions of the piles, miles of the millions. I don't know why. Like, I'm all for speaking your mind, but to think it's going to be a palatable show to watch with 15 people getting an award and 12 of us telling us why we're bad, like, whether you agree with that side of the political aisle, which I don't, or you don't they see that they're going to annoy half the world? Like, you're an entertainer. Don't you want to have a bigger audience? Like, I'm on YouTube right now. I have a political view and I don't mind sharing it, but don't you want a bigger audience if you're an actor or an actress? It seems to me that they're burning themselves down. But anyway, and I think they're starting to figure that out. Anyway, original screenplay, Belfast, Don't Look Up, King Richard, Licorice Pizza, The Worst Person in the World. I don't care about screenplay that much. If you do, we can talk about it. Actor in a leading role, which I do care about. Javier Bardem, Being the Ricardos. He was great. He played Ricky Ricardo in Being the Ricardos. I thought he was excellent, and I loved that movie. Benedict Cumberbatch, Power of the Dog. Again, I've watched about a half hour of it. He's a mean SOB in that movie. So we'll see. So far, I don't think it's his best performance, but he's certainly powerful. Andrew Garfield, Tick, Tick, Boom, haven't seen yet, but I'm sure I will before the Oscars. Will Smith, King Richard, haven't seen it yet. I'm a huge Will Smith fan. Huge Will Smith fan. So right off the bat, you'd think I'd be rooting for him. These are some of my favorite actors, but truly, I think that Daniel Day-Lewis is so good. I think if I had to tell you if I had to pick one guy as my favorite actor who's alive today, it's Denzel Washington, who is up for actor in a leading role in The Tragedy of Macbeth. So Denzel Washington, I love him. Will Smith, I love him. Andrew Garfield, I like him a lot. Benedict Cumberbatch, I love him. Javier Bardem, I thought he did a great job and he's excellent. That's freaking greatness. That's 5 great actors. So Denzel probably going to be the favorite. Denzel will probably win. But I say that without watching that movie. Just he's the best actor on that list, but we'll see. I'll try to watch it before the awards come out. Actress in a leading role, Jessica Chastain, The Eyes of Tammy Faye. Haven't seen it yet, but I will. Olivia Colman, The Lost Daughter. I don't think I know who that is. Penelope Cruz, Parallel Mothers. I mean, I might watch it because of this, but I wasn't interested before. Nicole Kidman being the Ricardos. Okay, so I love her. I've always loved her. She has to win. She was Lucy. She did such a good job with that. She'll be who I'm rooting for and who I'll be picking, I'm sure. Who am I missing? And then Kristen Stewart Spencer. So I think she plays Lady Diana in Spencer. Haven't seen it. Probably will. I don't know her well, but I mean, she's not a horrible actress, right? So Jessica Chastain, I love her. Olivia Colman, I don't know. Penelope Cruz, I mean, I don't know anything about her. I mean, she's famous, but I don't think I've seen her in anything that I can think of. Nicole Kidman is the class of that group. And Kristen Stewart, for me, it's Nicole Kidman all the way. Director, always hard to know, right? These are just movie directors that we like because we've not been directed by them. How do we know? But Kenneth Branagh from Belfast. Risuke Hamaguchi, Drive My Car. I hope I said that right. I think I did, but who knows? Paul Thomas Anderson, Licorice Pizza, who I think will be the favorite here. Jane Campion, Power of the Dog. Steven Spielberg, West Side Story. I don't have a strong opinion. I really don't. Don't care. And then production design, cinematography. I actually care about cinematography now that I do some YouTube stuff. I really like it. How is Dune not going to win that? It was spectacular looking. We'll see. Costume design, achievement and sound, animated short, live action short, original score. We will talk about this one. Don't Look Up. How did it? No. Dune, Encanto, Parallel Mothers, Power of the Dog. Encanto's going to win. I hope so, and I think so. Visual effects, film editing, we don't really care. Makeup and anything, and hairstyling. For me, it's the actors and the best. The actor, actress, director, movie. Those are the ones I care about. Let me know in the chat which ones you guys care about. I did find it funny. Makeup and hairstyling, Coming to America made the list. Also, The Eyes of Tammy Faye. I mean, if it's makeup, that better be on the list. House of Gucci was on the list. I haven't seen the movie. I want to see the movie. It was very surprising to me that it got so much hate. Who are the big snubs? Well, Lady Gaga's a big snub. Jared Leto's a big snub. People are making fun of him. I haven't seen it yet, so it's hard for me to comment. Score's an important category for me. Well, let's talk about score then. Original score, and I agree. I mean, the score of the movie is so vital. I mean, think about, Inception and any of those, the Batman movies, and the right director with the right score does such good things. And think of the Star Wars movies. Think of so many. The score matters a ton, so I love that. That most people don't care, but I love that. Don't Look Up. I don't think the score made any difference at all. I don't understand that. Dune, it was excellent. Encanto, spectacular. Parallel Mothers, I don't know anything about. The Power of the Dog, again, I'm half hour in, hasn't impressed me so far. Brian, let me know what you think in there. And so there you go. That's the Oscars. I just sent 14 minutes. Hey, Dean, what's going on, buddy? 14 minutes of an hour show on the Oscars. Not really knowing if anyone's going to care this year. I have my doubts, but, we'll see. We'll see. Next on the list, Major League Baseball. Boy, I'm doing 2 topics tonight that I'm not sure how my audience is going to react, so let me know. Do you care? I certainly do. Major League Baseball is locking out the players, okay? Will they have a season? Yes. Will they have a late season? Probably. It annoys me greatly. I'm definitely on the player side. And Andrew Miller, who's a free agent right now, he was on the Cardinals. He's 38 years old, I think, so he's at the end of his career. And he's the Major League Baseball Players Association representative or president. And they did an interview. I'm not going to read the whole. Hey, go Braves, says Brian. Go Dodgers, baby. They asked him a few questions. So, hey, Kay, how are you? Hey, Tina, how are you? Another member of the channel. Welcome in, ladies. I love you both. Glad you're here. They asked him a couple questions. Where do things stand? Why reject the mediation offer? What's it like in the negotiating room? Obviously, things are going slow. Why isn't the league hearing you on? What is the league not hearing you on? And some other things. I read the article. I read the interview. I'm not going to read it all to you. But when you read it, Andrew Miller's answers from the player's perspective, the players are pissed. The players are pissed that the owners will not come to the table. The players rejected mediation, but the players are upset on a lot of things. One of the things they are upset about, that I am too, is the competitive nature of Major League Baseball. Too many teams are tanking. They even mentioned the Tampa Bay Devil Rays. While the Tampa Bay Devil Rays have been doing it right, they're not spending any money. And the Major League Baseball owners want to pull back on spending. Things like the experience, they're keeping these young kids, the rookies in the minor leagues, so they don't get to their level of experience, so they don't get to free agency sooner. A lot of these rules need to get fixed. The DH is likely going to be coming to all of baseball. It was just in the AL, now it'll be in both. And they've been warming the market for that for some time now, but it's not even a negotiating ploy. It's pretty much a done deal. And I just think that, how do I say this? The players are the reason we watch. The players are the reason we spend our dollars. That we don't buy an owner's jersey. I am fully on the player side on this. And the owners locking out the players right now is really a crappy way to do it, because there are athletes who are free agents who don't know where they're going to be playing in 2 weeks. Spring training is supposed to start in 2 weeks, and it won't be starting on time. And it really stinks for the people of Arizona, by the way, too. So if you live in Phoenix, you live in Tempe, you live in Surprise, Arizona, you live in Scottsdale, wherever, you're getting screwed. Like me and 4 or 5 of my friends were planning on a trip. We used to go on trips. We've taken a few years off. We were going to go on a trip to spring training. We've canceled it. That's our money not going to Arizona, right? Staying in my bank account. Thank you for that. I guess that's good. But they're screwing Arizona with the spring training situation because of the lockout. They're screwing the players who are looking for employment where they're going to play. And yeah, exactly, Brian. And they're screwing up the competitive balance with all the money that is being thrown at the poor teams, the teams that choose to not pay. If you choose as a Major League Baseball owner to not spend money, you get free money thrown at you and very little incentive to spend that on front-facing stuff, on players or on stuff for the fans. So I'm really on the player side. I'm disgusted by it. I think that we'll have a Major League Baseball season. We better. I don't think it'll start on time, and I think spring training will be screwed. They need to stop this race to the draft picks. So true, Brian. And it's not even, Brian, it's not even their draft picks that they're after. I think they've made it, Major League Baseball's current financial structure has made it that if you don't spend money, if you're the Baltimore Orioles, if you're the Pittsburgh Pirates, if you're the, who am I missing? Miami. Well, Miami's going to actually be good. Any of these bottom feeder teams, they don't have incentive to spend money because they're going to be profitable, highly profitable by not spending money. The business model in some of the smaller markets is now, I'm going to make $1 by not even trying hard. And it drives me crazy. So if you're interested, the article is pretty interesting. Just look up Andrew Miller interview, Major League Baseball Players Association interview. It is on ESPN, I believe. I don't want to lie to you. Yeah, it's right here. I could, if this was just a baseball only channel, I'd probably read this whole thing and comment on it. We could talk about it for the whole hour. It's pretty fascinating stuff. Author is Jesse Rogers. Check it out over on ESPN if you're interested. Trevor Bauer. This is going to be I'm only going to touch on it. This could be very controversial. Again, if this was just a sports channel, I'd probably talk about this for a long time. I'm a Dodgers fan, straight up. I'm a big fan of Trevor Bauer, and I don't mind saying it. He's been accused of some stuff. I'm not going to dive into it too much, but I think it's been much overblown. I think it's BS. I think it's lies. And I think Major League Baseball is going to lose on this. The Dodgers and Major League Baseball are in trouble here. So the LA Sheriff's Department, I think is who it is. Maybe it was Pasadena Sheriff's Department. Finally, after a 5-month investigation, it was confirmed today that he will not be charged with any crime. Why is he not being charged with any crime? Because he didn't do anything. The girl who wanted to get a restraining order was told no. Originally, back months ago. I want to read to you what the judge said. And I don't know. Let me know in the chat if you even care about this. You might not. I do. But I find this interesting. Like, he's not even being accused in the public. He's been convicted in the public. And I think it's disgusting. I think he's because he's rich. And he's outspoken. And hey, Ray J, what's going on, buddy? Movies without music would be so uninteresting. It sets the mood. Yeah, we're talking about the scores. Absolutely. Okay, so I'm going to find it exactly. The judge said months ago. Where did it go? I don't want to let you guys. I don't know. There's some words in here I really don't want to go into. Basically, this I don't want to make you guys wait while I find it. There are text messages between Bauer and the young lady in which they are very clear on the parameters of their relationship. She clearly states what she not is okay with, what she wants him to do. Then he does those things and she runs to the police. In addition to that, she sent text messages to her friend saying, I'm going to get him. This is after she failed to get a Padre to marry her. And she was a member of the Padres pod squad, the on-field entertainment that threw hot dogs and t-shirts. She told her friend, you know how I am. I'm paraphrasing. You know how I am. I'm going to get him. It's a setup. It's provable. It's in the news. Yet every 9 out of 10 articles I've read about this are slanted negatively towards Trevor Bauer being a punk. He might be a punk. I have no idea, but he's not. He hasn't broken a rule. He didn't do anything that she didn't on paper. Well, on text messages, provable, consent to, not even consent to, ask him to do. I don't, it's disgusting to me. She admits that she's after people. She tried this with a Padre, likely Mike Clevenger and or Fernando Tatis, potentially both of them. There's evidence for that. You can look it up. This was a crazy girl going after a Dodger on purpose. That's nuts. Brian, yeah, have you been following it? It's nuts, right? But it's disgusting on so many levels. But I think the thing I'm most upset about is the media is putting out this narrative that he's a bad guy. And maybe he is. I don't know Trevor Bauer personally. I have no idea. I do know that Major League Baseball doesn't like him and hasn't liked him for a long time because he comes out on his YouTube channel and rips Major League Baseball. He's very outspoken against how baseball is a grandpa sport. They need to come out of their woodwork. And he's not a fan of the commissioner, who is. So I think this is a big scam. Here's my worry as a Dodger fan, as a baseball fan, as a Dodger fan. Major League Baseball, Rob Manfred has the ability under the collective bargaining agreement to suspend him still under their domestic violence policy. And I think they're going to. They haven't been saying much, Major League Baseball or the Dodgers. Matter of fact, very little. But the leaks that I've said, the articles that I've read intimate that people are leaning towards suspending him. I think here's what I think is going to happen, and I pray I'm wrong. Again, I'm a huge baseball fan. I'm a huge Dodger fan, and I don't mind saying I'm a Trevor Bauer fan. If that, cancel me, hey, Twitter, come get me. But I think what's going to happen, my prediction, and I hope I'm wrong, is Major League Baseball is going to interview him, suspend him. The Dodgers will suspend him, and he will sue them and win. I think they owe him, Dodgers owe him $44 million, I'm pretty sure. And then he'll get out of the contract and he'll go sign with somebody else, or he'll go be a YouTuber or whatever he wants to do. Very interesting guy. He's active on social media, on Instagram, on YouTube. Again, I'm going to say it because I want to. I'm a huge fan of his. He's been accused of something. They didn't convict. They're not even going to charge him. The judge wouldn't even give the girl a restraining order. The judge flat out said she is not in danger from Trevor Bauer at all. She's a lying liar. I'll call it out. Makes me want to vomit. If I have 4 daughters, if I was a dad of sons right now, I would say you need to be so careful. I can't even tell you what I would say because it's probably not even appropriate. But This is disgusting, and it drives me crazy, and I hate how the media is portraying it, and I had to get that out. It's because he's a man and she's an impressionable girl. The media almost always sides with the girl. I think we all need to be big boys and big girls and take on the information and make the decision. I mean, that's what's going on with Joe Rogan. Like, why are we going to, people want to cancel somebody? Like, here's the argument on the cancel culture thing. They must think that we can't listen to people talk and make up our own decision. Right? Like, again, I'm a Joe Rogan fan too. Joe Rogan has far right conservatives, far left liberals, lunatics who think that the earth is flat. His best buddy, one of his best buddies in the world, Eddie Bravo, thinks the earth is flat and, all this crazy stuff. And he has people on and he challenges them. If they say crazy things, he says so. He used to believe in crazy things. He used to think the moon landing was fake. He used to think that Bigfoot was real. And now he doesn't anymore. But because of the podcast, he's an inquisitive guy. He's asked questions. The cancel culture doesn't want us to they think we can't make up our own mind. Like the David Crosby thing. What? David Crosby, crusty old guy who sells his music catalog so somebody else profits off it. Now he already gets paid, and then he wants to take it off of Spotify. It's not even yours anymore. You sold it. It's insane. David T announced what's going on. David, good to see you. Good evening, Jeff. Are you ready for Sunday Bengals or Rams? I am ready. My son-in-law and daughter's going to come over. We're going to watch it. It's going to be a great time. I'm going to root for the Rams. As I've said before, I was the first football team I ever rooted for was the Rams when they were the LA Rams. For years, my grandma and grandpa lived across the street from Frank Corral, their kicker, back in '79. I never met him, but I liked the idea he lived there, and I was an LA kid. They moved away. I moved to San Diego. I became a Chargers fan. Now I live in Dallas, Fort Worth area, so I'm a Cowboys fan, Chargers fan. Do I love the Joe Burrow story? Boy, do I. I really do. But I'll be rooting for the Rams. And I'll be picking the Rams, too. How we doing on the clock? 8:26. Good stuff. Kay says, Brian, it wasn't always that way. Women like that hurt the one who have truly been hurt. I'm not going to say Trevor Bauer represents all men. I'm not going to say that she represents all women. But I think the evidence is clear on this one. And I think the evidence is clear on this one, and everyone's ignoring it. They're reading the headline that is written by a very biased media, and it disgusts me. Hey, Movie Maniac Nick, you're the man. We needed your opinion. We were talking about the Oscars earlier. Brian says cancel culture needs to be canceled because they cancel innocent people for the stuff they said 20 years ago. Cancel the cancelers. Amen. So I'm going to talk a little bit about that real fast. So Joe Rogan's being canceled. Dave Portnoy of Barstool Sports, they've attempted to cancel him for some time. Dave Portnoy and his team came out yesterday, I think it was. And I said, so I'm going to screw up the details, but basically he saw some Twitter accounts that are the main accounts and that's coordinating the attacks on Joe Rogan. And he recognized some of them. So they went back and it's the same people. This is a coordinated attack by a very small group of people that they have now connected to. Sorry, I'm not trying to be political. One of the Democratic National Committee's PACs. And it is what it is. It's ugly. Who said that today? I don't remember. I heard that on the radio today, and I haven't followed it up. I'm not a reporter. It's just my YouTube channel, so I don't feel a need to check that. But check it. I mean, I only heard it on the radio or wherever. But it's ugly. Cancel culture is ugly. And many have said that it's these very few people that have 30 and 40 Twitter accounts. It's 4 or 5 people, and they've been coordinated and they've done stuff. They went after Goya. They went after who's the pillow guy. They coordinate attacks on people who disagree with them politically, and that's disgusting. I don't care how you vote. I don't. I have a strong opinion, and I vote. And I'm proud the way I vote. And if you vote different than me, I still can like you. I hope you can still like me. But when you hate somebody who disagrees with you, you're the idiot. All right. Yeah, I was just reading this. There you go, Tina. Exactly. I mean, the cancel culture thing, I really do think we're at the end of it. Like, it's gotten insanely silly. We're mad about things that are stupid. And we're ignoring things that are real. Like, for instance, sorry, this is going to make some people mad, so watch the number go away. 18 to 40-year-olds, I think it's 2 times as many people in the COVID era have died of, oh my gosh, what's the thing that, oh geez, I want to say ethanol, not ethanol. Michael Jackson died of it, right? Michael Jackson OD'd on what? OD'd on, what was it called? No, that ain't it. What's the stuff? The opiate? Fentanyl. Jeez, my brain went off there. Twice as many people from 18 to 40 have died of fentanyl in the time of COVID as they've died of COVID. We're ignoring fentanyl and we're ignoring violence and we're ignoring so much that's obvious in our face. Fentanyl. Thank you for a moment. Yeah, I don't know. My brain went away. And we're acting as if Joe Rogan's podcast is bad. Like, even if everything they said about him was true, yeah, I don't know if that's how you spell it or not, but by the way, hello here for a moment. Even if everything they said about Joe Rogan is true, like if you watch the video that they put out about Rogan saying the word that you're not allowed to say, it's edited in such a way that you can tell they're lying. He's fascinated by the word and how some people can use it as a punchline. Some people call their friends that, but other people actually get canceled by it. And here we are. We're more mad at, do they think he's a racist? No, he's not. Do they think that the word is magic? It's really selective outrage that disgusts me, and the cancel culture needs to die. And I think it's going to. I really do. I think it's going to. And you can let me know you disagree in the chat. We'll have a very heated but friendly conversation if you like. But I don't know who's really on the side of cancel culture. I think respectfully, it's only dumbasses and political insane asylum members, right? Like, you've got to be so think and look through everything is political. That kind of mask to think that, yeah, but I've got to win. I've got to win. I've got to win. We've got to, and it's not even win. We got to defeat our enemy. And yeah, I've noticed. I looks like we've lost a few people in the chat. And if I hurt people's feelings, I apologize. But I think we need to say it. Like, we've got to call out stupid, not to hurt people's feelings, but to stop the silliness. I'm not trying to hurt somebody's feelings. Hey, you're dumb. I'm not going to walk around Walmart telling people they're dumb. But at some point, we've got to stop thinking canceling somebody. Like, if you disagree with me, I'm still going to watch. If you have good content, I'm going to still watch your YouTube channel. Or I'm going to still go to your movie. You know how many people I disagree with in Hollywood? I'll go to their movies. Some of my favorite musicians very much disagree with my point of view. Wouldn't vote the way I do. Don't go to my church. Don't go to my political. Who cares, right? So I don't understand it. I really don't. Let me get caught up in chat. I'm way behind. And again, if we differ and I hurt your feelings, don't take it personally, but I think it's silly. Do you think Joe got thrown on the bus because someone famous on the other side got in trouble last week? Do I think Joe got thrown on the bus because someone famous on the other side got in trouble last week? Maybe there's a part of that. I think that Joe is not in trouble, first of all. I think Joe got attacked. Okay. They're not mad at Joe for being a racist. They know he's not a racist. They're not even mad at him for being a conservative because he's not. He's a liberal, which again should not matter. I don't care, but they're mad at him because he embarrassed CNN and he's not falling in line. The Sanjay Gupta, hey, you're lying liars on the medical staff at CNN thing was 12 steps too far. And I think that's when it was too far for them being the people who want to cancel them. That's my opinion. You're obviously referring to, I'm assuming you're referring to the Como, what's his name? Grazer, the big guy at CNN. There's more to come out on that. There's no doubt about that. The Como thing's weird. So I guess it's related in that way, in my opinion. Hey, Grega, how are you? Welcome in. Tina says, I have and have said the same things Joe Rogan has said and worse. Yeah, well, I mean, so Howard Stern, who I do not listen to, I'm not a fan of. I don't know enough about him to attack him. I'm not going to attack him. I don't want to attack anybody. He's got his audience. It is what it is. But he's very on the attack for anybody who he thinks is anti-vax, which I don't think anybody's anti-vax, but Joe's certainly not anti-vax. I've listened to him enough. But Howard Stern going after Joe Rogan for racism is insane. And of course the videos come out about Howard Stern in blackface and using the word. And I just don't understand why. First of all, it's not a magic word. Okay. It's not a magic word. It's a horrible word that hurts people's feelings, but there's a whole section. If you're going to cancel Joe Rogan for using that word, you better cancel the Super Bowl halftime show in a couple days. Enough said. Again, I don't use the word. I've never used that word. My grandfather used to. I think people of another generation used to. Some very, very hatefully. Some very, very not. Some just in the course of using words. I think looking back at it's like being mad at George Washington and Thomas Jefferson for having slaves. I'm disgusted by the idea of slavery. I can't imagine ever being okay with it. And I believe deeply I would have been very much against it. And I would have been on the side of Abraham Lincoln, or, you never know where you are in history, right? But going back and finding words they used or things they did to put through the filter of now, if you're just looking for, like, can you imagine being that person who's going on Twitter and looking for videos or conversations to get somebody? It's disgusting. Anyway, I went off on a couple things there. I don't know. David T says, Jeff, do you have Alexa close at hand? I use Google. If so, ask it her who is going to win the Super Bowl. It's a bit of a test to see if the answer changes due to geographic location. Okay, if you've got a Google Home, here it comes. Hey, Google, who's going to win the Super Bowl this Sunday?
The Super Bowl will start on Sunday at 5:30 p.m. at the City of Champions Stadium in Inglewood, California. The Los Angeles Rams will face the Cincinnati Bengals.
Didn't say. Tobacco says he agrees with me. Yay! And again, I'm not mad if you disagree with me. But I appreciate you listening. If Joe gets canceled for racism, he won't. For using the N-word, then the mayor of NYC should be canceled for referring to white cops as the C word. Yeah, I mean, and it won't happen. So, a couple of things. He's not going to get canceled. The Spotify CEO is already winning. They're already turning on the Spotify CEO. They're going to leave Joe in the dust and go after the Spotify CEO. Spotify CEOs, I think he's in Stockholm. I wouldn't swear to that. But he's already said, look, I don't agree with everybody, but I agree with them having a platform. You know what? Old crusty guy, take your music off. But they don't own it anyway. Joni Mitchell, all this silliness. Hey, Annie, what's going on? Glad to see you here. But here's the thing. Joe already has a $100 million offer to take it off of Spotify and go somewhere else. And Dave Rubin, who is one of the investors in the company that I can't think of the name of. It's a YouTube alternative. I can't think of the name of it right now. It's not very big. But Dave Rubin was an early investor. And I heard him tonight say that he was there. He was part of the group that came up with the idea. They've made an offer to Joe Rogan. They sent it to him on social media. And he said, if 100 million is not enough, we can negotiate up if we need to. Point being, Spotify's not going to dump him. And if they did, so what? We used to get Joe Rogan podcast on the Joe Rogan podcast website and on where podcasts are. Then it became exclusive to Spotify, but they still have clips on YouTube. Did the viewership change? No. It probably went up because of the publicity. If he went to another platform, what are we, stupid? We can go to a Joe Rogan podcast. It's not hard. So this is dumb. It's not real. It's fake outrage. So saith me. I came in with Annie. What's going on, Mar? How Mar, member of the channel and my good friend in the chat. We're watching the final Boba Fett with Gonzo tonight. Is it the final one? And that reminds me, and I have to say this. Hey, David. Me and my daughter will go live tomorrow night sometime talking about the final Boba Fett video. I don't know what time. It may be late. I'm not really sure. Probably 9 or 10 our time, but we will go live sometime tomorrow. Tomorrow's a work day for us, but we will watch it sometime tomorrow. And then my daughter, Reagan, and I will go live Wednesday night. So tomorrow night's show will be right here on this channel. It'll be about the book of Boba Fett. So that'll be fun, Mar. Yeah, I know. I didn't know he was doing it this year, but I should have known. I know he was doing that with Mando. So that'll be fun. I can't stay up till 3 a.m. I actually, on a personal note, I had to wake up early this morning before going to work to pick up my daughter's friend at the airport. And I'm too old for that stuff, man. I'm too old for that. I'm tired. All right. So there you go. So we talked about the Oscars. We talked about Major League Baseball. We talked about Trevor Bauer. We didn't talk about the Olympics too much. Are you guys watching the Olympics? Only 7 were made. What did I miss? Only 7 were made. Oh, episodes? It's tonight. It's tomorrow 7? Tonight for you, tomorrow 7? I don't know. That's crazy if that is. I can't believe it's over. I hope you're wrong, but I'm sure you're not. Are you watching the Olympics? Shaun White's tonight, right? That'll be fun. He's not favored. He probably won't win a medal. But boy, is it a fun story. And I hope I'm wrong. I hope he wins something. Boy, the Chen ice skater guy, I think he set a record. Wow, that was pretty good stuff, right? Like, I'm not into ice skating, but pretty cool. I kind of am trying to get myself in the Olympics. I kind of want to be. And then last but not least, the last thing I want to talk about is Disney. Tomorrow has I think it's after the market closes, they have their earnings call, their quarterly meeting. And there's a lot of chatter on Twitter and a little bit on YouTube, and the annual pass holders, that are freaking out about, they hate Chapek, they hate the CEO. There's a lot of chatter that tomorrow they're going to vote him out. Is he going to get fired tomorrow? Will be some of the headlines, or today, that you're going to see tomorrow. Listen, it's not going to happen. I am a Disney stockholder. There's a couple people. My mom's in chat. I know she's a Disney stockholder. What happens is they send you this thing in the mail, or they send you an email, and the board's recommendations are to click, 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 click. And the thing you could vote on isn't to fire him. It's, do you want to give him a raise? Do you want him to earn the bonus? They recommend that you give him a raise and you give him a bonus, and he's going to get that. He is. The board has already recommended it to the stockholders. The stockholders can vote on it. It's going to happen. But because it's on there, they're kind of lying to you and saying, hey, tomorrow we're going to vote against it and get him fired. They're not going to. It is. I hope that makes sense. I was talking to a couple people, including my mama, and I told her I thought about when I got it doing a video explaining what's going on, reading it to everybody, and telling them, hey, if you're a stockholder, this is what you get to do, and just talk people through it. I'm in the nonprofit world, and we have board meetings, so it's kind of like that. I thought for a little bit I might do it. I thought it might be interesting, and then I see this came out, and they're kind of lying to you by saying that they might fire him. So anyway, just wanted to share that. Jeff, I shared Alexa's reply in the, you just sent me something, huh? In the Cincinnati Tri-State with you on message. Yes, I got a notification. I'll check it after the show. I don't want to play a video during the show, but right when the show's over, I see it right here. Thank you, David. I appreciate that. That's pretty funny, right? So, okay. So the Oscars we've talked about. The most thing I'm excited about is, will Dune win some things and will Encanto win some things? Yeah, that's pretty much it. MLB, I'm annoyed. Please stop screwing up my Major League Baseball. Please get rid of the lockout. Please, 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 please have a season. I do think it stinks for the free agents, but it mostly stinks right now for Arizona and all the good people who have pizzas, pizza places and hotels and car washes and all the businesses that rely on the 6 or 8 weeks of spring training. People like me flying out to Arizona and spending our dollars out there. They're getting screwed, and I'm annoyed with it. Right after the pandemic, when they really just need it so bad, I apologize for my wording here, but it pisses me off because those people are being used as pawns, and the owners are making me mad. Trevor Bauer situation we talked about fairly at length. I'm an unapologetic Trevor Bauer fan. I plan on buying a t-shirt from him to wear on the show for the season. I don't want my Dodgers to screw us up. My fear is Major League Baseball is going to suspend him, and the Dodgers are going to try to get out of paying him. I predict that's going to happen. I hope I'm wrong. If it does happen, I think Trevor Bauer sues them, and I think he wins. They have Major League Baseball every right to suspend him. It's very liberal. I don't mean that politically. I mean it in its real definition. What Major League Baseball is allowed to do under their domestic violence policy, but it's not domestic violence. If she didn't okay it, she asked what happened. She asked for. I mean, it's insane. And I don't want to get too. I work with kids. I don't want to talk about it too directly. So, but look it up. It's out there. It's not that hard. The Olympics, I'm kind of interested in skiing tonight. I really like that short track speed skating. Love that stuff. Can't wait for some of these things. So let me know if you're into it. And then Bob Chapek, CEO of Disney. He's not going anywhere, people. Not going anywhere. I'm going to get caught up in chat. And then we'll probably questions, comments, concerns. Now's the time. We're about 45 minutes in. I do want to mention two more things. One I've already mentioned. Me and my daughter will, after we watch tomorrow, we'll probably take a break at lunch or so. We'll watch Boba Fett and we'll talk about it tomorrow night here on the channel. So please, please, please come by tomorrow night. It'll be me and my daughter, Reagan. It's kind of our thing. She loves it. And then, yeah, if you're still interested in my wife's Pampered Chef party on Facebook, let me know. I'll drop the link. It's I don't really know what I'm talking about. I'm not gonna pretend like I know what I'm talking about that much, but she's having fun with it. She was hoping to get 50 people in there. I was hoping to get her 100 people, to be honest with you. But we didn't get there. But if you want to sign up, it's free. They're playing some fun games in there. They're giving away some stuff. And if you want to buy stuff, that's cool too. I don't care. I'm not trying to sell you on anything, but it's fun. And it's my wife. Her birthday was this Sunday, so I was trying to get her 50 people for her birthday. Didn't quite get there. Hey, Hitchhiking Bones announced. What's going on, guys? How are you? Howdy, y'all. Pineapple. Members of the channel, by the way, they show up in green. As a member of the channel, they show up in green. They get access to some emojis and my undying love and affection. Nico the Greco says, I'm going to see Walker Bueller tomorrow. Tell me more. I need to know. Andy says, Mar, I took a nap this afternoon too. Hopefully it's enough to keep me awake because you guys are going to watch it right when it comes off and hang out with Gonzo. If it was on Friday or Saturday, I might. Sheesh, Chapek doesn't need a raise. He needs to reimburse. Oh, where'd it go? Where'd it go? Chat's moving. Mar says, sheesh, which is a great word. Chapek doesn't need a raise. He needs to reimburse stockholders and members. For what? For what? They've had a good year. I'm happy. I don't know why you're mad at him, Mar. I'd love to hear it. I should have you on the show and we could argue this out. I think he's doing a good job. So let me explain my thoughts on that. A little Javier Bardem, Desi Arnaz. Let me explain. I think so. I run a very small organization, right? I'm the executive director, CEO of a little nonprofit. And the pandemic happened and the government said, hey, you're going to take 2 weeks off and we'll reimburse you, but just shut down for 2 weeks. And then, well, never mind 2 weeks for some amount of time, but we'll take care of you. We'll reimburse you. That's a scary place to be, right? And so all of us who run an organization, whether just me, maybe I'm the only employee, or I've got 20 employees, or I've got 10 employees, or I'm Bob Chapek, the CEO of the Walt Disney Company. That's a lot of families to take care of, right? So you make decisions. Generally, you make decisions to grow your organization. In this case, we were all asked to, let's make decisions so we don't die financially, so we don't cease to exist. Like, what happens to my 5 or 6 employees at my organization if we just cease to exist? Any company that came out of the pandemic who in February of 2022 is as strong or stronger than they were when 15 days to flatten the curve should get high fives and hugs for the rest of their life. Shouldn't have to buy lunch or dinner from anybody ever. Board members should be buying them a drink everywhere they go for freaking ever. So saith me. The only people who are mad at Chapek are people who have never run an organization before, and even worse than that, pass holders, nicknamed pass holes, who think because they spent some money, they have every right to keep it the way they want. It's the same arrogance as the people who are pretending to be stockholders and they're going to get Bob fired tomorrow. It's insane. But I want to know, Mar, you're not crazy. I know you. I know you well. I want to hear what you're mad at Bob for. What did he do that made your life less good? Because I can point out a bunch of things I think he's doing to better the company that I love. Let me know, my friend. I want to hear. Anybody else, not just Mark, anybody else. And again, questions, comments, concerns. Now's the time. I love Pepper Chef. There you go. Hit Chucky Moans. Click the. It's my wife's friend. My wife's gonna get. I don't know. We're getting an air. What are we getting? I don't know. She told me. I can tell you what I'm getting. I love charcuterie boards. Super Bowl, really. Christmas time, which is my birthday. Super Bowl, big events at my house. We have a charcuterie board. I love charcuterie. By the way, best thing at Food and Wine, the Spain Pavilion. Charcuterie in a cup. My favorite thing twice. I've been to the Food and Wine, I think 3 times. My favorite thing 2 out of 2 times. Oh, my mouth just watered. I remember one time it was the last piece of cheese out of my, oh, this is the saddest story ever. Are you ready? Sit down. Are you ready for a cry? Everybody. Hey, you're not. Last story. Charcuterie board. No. Charcuterie in a cup. Spain. Last piece of cheese. I'm enjoying the heck out of it. I'm sharing it with Paula, right? So I'm only getting half. Right? Which is a problem, right? I love being married, but come on. It's my charcuterie in a cup. I get to the last piece, I get it, and it falls to the ground. This has been a couple of years now. I should get over it. But my lip is going to quiver. So good. You've got to have it. Charcuterie in a cup. Anyway, charcuterie. I buy my fair share of cheese. I spend more money on cheese. More than we should. Especially during Christmas time and the Super Bowl. I guarantee we have a charcuterie board this weekend. But to my knowledge, we don't have a cheese cutter. Like, you know, the fancy cheese cutters? Not a grater, but like a cheese cutter. I need a cheese cutter. So we're going to buy that. I'm going to buy that. There's a couple of them, right? There's a pretty cool, I think it's called a mandolin. Listen to the mandolin raid, said Bruce Hornsby. I think it's called a mandolin. I wouldn't swear to it, but you put the potato in there and you and it. I kind of want that, but it's like $70. That's insane. So I'm not doing that. And then they've got this spicy pine. Oh, my mouth watered again. Spicy pineapple stuff to go on ice cream, which apparently you can put it on Dole. I'm excited about it. So I'm going to scrape some cheese. I'm going to have some pineapple spicy stuff. And my wife's having this party. Her friend, she's actually a really neat lady who teaches within our organization in the homeschooling group. Anyway, whatever. Too much information. Click the link. You'll see me on Facebook. You'll see Paula on Facebook. They have some silly games. You can win some prizes and you can buy some stuff if you want or not. Cool beans. But anyway, I don't know much about the company. That's not fully fair. I've always thought they were pretty cool, but I don't cook. I mean, judge me. Actually, that's a lie. I am so good at the microwave. Like, I can hit those buttons. Oh, so good. I even can use the microwave on 50% power. Because I'm good at like that. But I don't really cook a lot, so there's that. Hitchhiking Bones got Error Ralph up there for Bob Chapman. Gotta go. I'll check out. Thank you, Hitchhiking Bones. I appreciate that. Check it out. Howdy do. Hey, Skipper Dad. I can't even talk. Skipper Dad Kevin in the house. What's going on? I don't know why my voice said that. Dad. Skipper Dad Kevin in the house. Howdy me. Haven't been to Food and Wine in years. Loved it so much, especially when we were doing the food vlog in South Carolina. Oh, yeah. Now I know who you are. First of all, I want to be a food blogger. That was a fun story you told me. And I want to go to the Poly, and I want to be a food blogger. Secondarily, Food and Wine's the best. So good. I missed it last year. But Mar says, I'm on a fixed income. I feel like the price hikes will prevent me from ever going to Disney again. Mar, I know a guy who will help you go to Disney. Just give me a call. I will. You want to go to Disney? I will. You call me. We will. I want to go to Tennessee too. We will talk. But to argue that though, if the lines are long, the price goes up. Like it's supply and demand. Do you want to go and not see anything because the lines are too long? Like if it was coupon day, if it was 99 cents for 1 week a year, would you go? No, the whole world would be there. You wouldn't do anything. You'd pay your 99 cents, you'd save some money, and you would do nothing because the whole world would be there. So that's the supply and demand thing. If you're mad at because prices are going up, there are people to be mad at about that. But it is a business. But Mar, I guarantee I know a guy who will get you there. If you want, let's talk. I'm not kidding. I'm making a charcuterie board for our party Sunday. Tina, are you inviting me? Are you inviting me? Because I don't remember where you live, but I will show up. I'm making a charcuterie board for our party Sunday. My friends gave me a board and knives for Christmas. Oh, see, I've got a couple boards. I've got a board. Maybe I'll show you. I don't know. Maybe I don't know. It's kind of embarrassing. But then I got a cool one too. Tina says, I love Pampered Chef. I don't really know what I'm talking about, but I can tell you I looked through the whole book. It was pretty fun, but I don't really know. I'll drop the link again. There it is. Look at me knowing how to do stuff. Bammo, there's the link. Again, this is to my wife's Pampered Chef thing. Oh my gosh, we're almost out of time. I mean, not that like I don't melt or something, but I want to keep it to an hour. Happy saying hi to Brian. It was awesome. Got to share the photos with you one day. Please do, Kevin. I would love that very much. And how did the show go, by the way? Did you get good viewers? I meant to go back and look. When I went that night to send the link, it hadn't rendered yet. And honestly, I don't think I remember to go back. So what I need to do is, I'm assuming it's rendered by now, I need to do a video and then get people to go watch the replay. If you don't know what I'm talking about, Talking Mickey Project, please go check out the the Talking Mickey Project. I was their guest about a week ago now. I don't even remember. Was it recently? Go check that out. It was very, very fun. I loved being interviewed. It was a lot. I had a blast. And I laughed. I giggled. I hope I made them laugh and giggle. And I hope their viewers, listeners, watchers, whatever, enjoyed it. Yes, join us. I would. Central New York. Thruway exit. Turn right straight up the hill. Tina, I would love to. I would love to shock and surprise you. Here, one of the problems with me, Tina, is I come with a crowd. Me and wifey's sick of me, but I really like her. Like, she would like some freedom and go on her own someplace. I would just like to hang out with her at all times. I also like my kids. I'd like them to come too. So yeah, I usually come with a crowd. I haven't gone anywhere on my own, and I mean, maybe to the bathroom, but other than that, Hatbox Ghost in the house. What's going on, quarterback list friend? Hope you're having a good evening, Texas. I like it. You can call me Texas. I'll call you. What do I call you? Indianapolis. I'm gonna call you Carson. Can I call you Carson? No, I don't like Carson. That wouldn't be nice. I don't dislike Carson. I just think he's not as good as everybody else says. Thank you, Emma, at Talking Monkey Brother. Will love it if you share. I will. I went there and it hadn't rendered yet, and I haven't gone back. I will do that. I will absolutely do that. Probably this weekend. Charcuterie equals a meat and cheese tray for those raised on Lunchables. Lunchables are nasty. Charcuterie boards are my favorite. I think one of my favorite. Okay, the Disney guy is going to come back. I've had my fair share of charcuterie boards, but I think one of my favorite moments in life, which I've had 3 or 4 times, is sitting at Hollywood Studios at Tap House. Is it called Tap House Ale or just Tap House? I think it's just called Tap House, whatever. Oh, my mouth is watering. I'm not joking. And it's just a little charcuterie board. It's not a fancy charcuterie board, but I'm sitting there and I'm taking a break. Maybe it's a little too hot. I have a beverage. I've got my super hot wife and a couple of my daughters and whoever else might be with us. And I'm enjoying a charcuterie board and a beverage. And maybe there's a pretzel. My daughter's always having a pretzel. And I'm just relaxing. And I have just finished a couple hours in Star Wars. And I'm about to go do some other fun things. What's better than that? Also, this Sunday at my house, like, honestly, we'll probably have wings and we'll probably have a charcuterie board and I'll watch football. I had somebody argue with me recently because I say things like, God likes me best. He does. I'm his favorite. I'm tied with everybody else, but that doesn't make it untrue. And I said that, and I every now and then people get mad, and I don't care. This is proof. Charcuterie was made for me. The Super Bowl was made for me. Buffalo wings were made for me. Disney was made for me. Bob Chapek, high five. Hope you get paid. Keep bringing me awesome stuff. Like I really, really enjoyed Encanto. I really, really enjoyed a bunch of things that they did during the pandemic. I would like you to do more, Mr. Chapek, in charge of my favorite company on the planet. That's where I am. You don't have to agree, but I love to hear the argument against it. You can bring Paula and Reagan. Don't know the others enough. Peyton's awesome too. She'll be awesome again. She's about to turn 21. She's awesome. Waste Management Pro-Am tomorrow. Did you guys see Jordan Spieth really scare me? I wasn't watching it. It's at the it was Pebble Beach Pro-Am. And his ball, we're talking golf now, his ball is right on the ledge, like 80 feet or something. And he didn't die. Hallelujah. But I don't understand it. They shouldn't have let him hit it. They shouldn't have let him hit it, but it worked out fine. Waste Management Pro-Am tomorrow. Aaron Rodgers, Walker Buehler. Oh, that's where you're going to be? Rob Riggle in the face. Okay, so Nico, you get a video of saying to Rob Riggle in the face, and you'll be my favorite forever. I'm ready to see some golf because no spring training. Yeah, Nico, I don't think you were here for it. Maybe you were. I don't know. I'm not sure if you were here for it when we were talking about spring training, but I'm annoyed. And I'm sad. David T says we live on God's side of the Ohio River, south of the Mason-Dixon line. So I don't know where the Ohio River is. I'm guessing it's not in Ohio. But regardless, I don't know what side God's side's on. I don't know. Whoops, sorry, Jeff, forgot I'm not a mod. What does that mean? Nobody's a mod. I don't have mods. Tina, what are you talking about? Did I miss something? I'm confused. Next day, Spieth said he regretted hitting the shot. Did he really? I think he shouldn't have done it. I think they shouldn't have let him done it. Have done it? I think they shouldn't have let him done it. That can't be the right English. I think they shouldn't have let him done. I don't know how to talk. They shouldn't have let him do that. I think it's a bad example. And they put him at risk. And some idiot is going to do that and fall. I will see what I can do in the face. Love that guy. Walker Buehler. Where are we? Nick, I'm going to go. Tina, I'm coming to your house. Mar, I'm coming to your house. And now Nico, I'm coming to your house. I need a flight pass or something. I put the link to Emma's interview with you. Oh, did you? Is it up? Okay, of course it's up. Yeah, I don't know how that works when they're not mods. Well, whatever. I'll do a video and I'll promote it. All right. I went long. I had fun tonight. I hope you guys had fun. We talked about the Oscars. We talked about Major League Baseball. We talked about Trevor Bauer. We talked about the Olympics. We talked about Bob Chapman. We talked about charcuterie boards. We talked about all kinds of stuff. Talking Mickey Project. We talked about a lot of stuff. I love you guys. I do want to remind you, Paula's virtual pampered chef thing, blah, blah, blah. I'll drop that again. Also, tomorrow night, after we watch the last, apparently, book of Boba Fett, I and my daughter, Reagan, will be sitting right there. We'll talk about it, review it. Apparently, it's the end of the whole season, which I didn't realize. So we'll have that discussion, and it'll mean a lot to her and to me, of course, if you stop by and give her some love. She loves it. She loves it. She loves it. And she loves you just like I do. You don't have to go, but you can't stay here. Have fun storming the castle. Enjoy the Olympics. Don't cancel Joe Rogan. You know what you should do? You should go listen to a whole Joe Rogan podcast just to piss him off. Not Joe, but the other crazy people. Missed my favorite sport, baseball. Were you? Wow. We talked a lot about it. So, and just for you Hatbox Goes and everybody else, I'm diversifying the show. I'm going to talk about stuff I'm passionate about. You know, it's going to be some sports talk as we get closer to baseball, assuming we have a season. I'm going to have the game on. We're going to talk. Every year I say this, I'm really doing it. I'm not talking exclusively baseball. I'm going to talk about stuff I care about. What is that? Disney, my wife, sports, charcuterie boards, Jenny McCarthy. That's pretty much everything. I'm going to probably have my wife on. Hey, Kay. Probably going to have my wife on and share my dermatologist story. But we got to talk her into coming on, right? So Paula, who you know and love, she was there for it. Dermatologist story. You're going to want to hear it. I promise. But we just got to get her on. So watch for that. Miss my favorite sport. Castle says Mar. Good night. K, Mar, Hatbox Ghost, Tina, Nico. Everybody else is up higher, chat. I love you guys. And I mean it. And I appreciate you spending a couple minutes, whether you were here for the whole show or for 1 second when you're hashtag team replay or you were here live, whether you're a member of the channel or you're sick of my ugly face and you just want me to shut up. I care about you. I mean it. If I made you mad, it's you, not me. But stop being mad at people who disagree with you. And if I made you smile, good. My goal really, really is to have fun and to spread some joy. If we share some fun together, maybe we get lucky and we learn a thing. Maybe we lucky and we share something we're passionate about with each other. And that's really the goal here. I just like sharing stuff I love with people. So I hope you had fun tonight. I'm always watching. Bye-bye. Oh, I love it. Demaco says, great show. Thank you so much. Demaco, why were you blocked for a while? You told me to block you and I went and you were right. And what the heck? That was weird. I'm glad you're here. Have a great evening. No, thank you, Thank you, Dave. I almost said thank you, Dad Kevin. I can't say Skipper Dad Kevin. I don't know why. My mouth doesn't work. Thank you, Kevin. Thank you, Hatbox Ghost. Thank you, Tina. Thank you, Mar. Thank you, Kay. Thank you, everybody. I'm going to go watch the Olympics. And then I'm going to watch Boba Fett tomorrow. We're going to talk Boba Fett tomorrow. And I don't even know what day it is. And then we'll have some other shows too. That's it. You have good, but you can't stay here. Have fun, Storm the Castle. Bye for now. Thank you. Special thank you to the members.